Hello, everybody. Battlefront CJ here. I'm going to do a new series now called we're going to be listening to my favorite albums. These are all the albums on my iTunes store. These are all the albums on my like on my computer. Yes, I download all my music. I'm not trying to, I don't look. It's not that can't pay for them. It's just that there's not enough. Time in the day or oh no, I just don't feel like spending a lot of money on albums that one are available on iTunes and one are available on whatever it is and plus I like having it on my phone. So first album I'm going to review is Helloween Walls of Jericho. Now this is one of my favorite albums of all time. This album right here. Okay, it's okay. Yeah. I was just checking. Okay. Yeah. Never mind, never mind. I was just checking to see if it was still recording. Um, World Jericho, even though it wasn't released in 2002, I'm gonna go. These are all the albums I recently downloaded. I'm gonna go to Metal Archives. Here we go. Tank. Metal Archives. That's just where I'm going, and then I'm gonna do Halloween. I'm not gonna go on Wikipedia, but I'm gonna go on Metal Archives. This album was released in December 1985. I'm going to be reviewing the every single track. The album comes with this. Um, I'm going to show you one of the reviews. I'm not trying to. I didn't write a review. I'm just doing this by the way it is. All right. So we're gonna do the album now. We're gonna listen to all the tracks. Um, and let's do it. So this first song is called Starlight. All right. So first track off this edition of Walls of Jericho. This is the 1987 remaster, despite it saying 2002. This is the remaster version that has the five Halloween EP tracks along with the original Wolves of Jericho, and of course it includes the song Judas. But this song is a good opener to like Halloween. Obviously, you've got its power, its speed. It's just what you should expect from a band Halloween, and a lot of these songs. Uh, Murder and Warrior, particular Warrior is a song I know how to play on drums now, which I'm not really gloating. It's just something that I'm good at. Um, it has an opening to it. Like, let me play the opening again. See, this is from Halloween. This is from the movie Halloween, and I think that's a good opener. But I just think Starlight. It's an okay song. I mean, it's one of those songs that they redid for the for Keeper of the Seven Keys, like as a like part one as a bonus track. As you can see, you have Starlight, Victim of Fate. There's a little remix. I mean, it sounds the same, but here, let me play that song for you really quick so that it's different. It has a different, more polished sound, but at the same time, this was recorded in '87, I think. Yeah, no, '87, and that song was recorded in '85. But now, a lot in this series, you're going to hear a lot of you're going to hear a lot of stuff, and I'm not using my face camera. I want to, but this is just going to be a reaction video right now, like a little, like I'm gonna play the tracks, like doing a little bit of a voiceover. This next song is called Murderer. He's something that I'll get nobody want to him shake his head and now mankind. All right, so that's a little sample size. The reason I sing is because I like to sing, and I used to listen to a lot of death metal, a lot of extreme metal, black metal, but this is kind of my style. And this song is really good. It's about just what the title thinks it's about, a murder and everything. But when you get into more the later tracks, this album, especially the EP and Walls of Jericho, their albums, it's an album that is in more ways than one a very good album. It's it. I mean, I guess you would categorize Walls of Jericho as being, or the EP being a little bit more raw. I mean, as much as I like Walls of Jericho, like the actual album, this, I mean, especially with Walls of Jericho, or I see a lot about because Halloween was influenced a lot like by Iron Maiden, but I heard, but Halloween reminds me of even though they came out later, would be like Court in the Act by album by Satan. I'm a big New Wave British heavy metal fan, and I was listening to Court in the Act, and there's like Dynamo. There's all these different tracks that are about injust and are about rebellion. I mean, Ride the Sky, we'll be getting to in a little bit, but I just think Murderer. I mean, as a fan of music, I don't really care about the lyrics. It's more. I mean, it's. I mean, I mean, like just. It's just like the double bass. I think, in my opinion, even though people say differently, I have albums that are considered killer no filler. This album, top of the list. Another album, uh, which is called Iron Angel, which is called Hellish Crossfire by Iron Angel. That's another Killer No Filler album. So next one we're gonna do is a song called Warrior. I know how to play this pretty much on drums, so we're gonna do Warrior right now. Dun, 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 dun. All right. So Warrior is one of those songs that if I mean when this came out, you already have Power Slave by Iron Man, and I heard interviews that Kai Hansen, the lead guitarist, I mean they consider Iron Man to be the like Halloween is considered Iron Man at speed, right? So this album in particular, or this EP in particular, I want to go on ridiculous rock reviews and interview this album, but I'm a big fan of the EP, Warrior and Murderer. Like I want to get a band together. Those two songs are definitely going to be in my set list. Their Murderer is more or less just about you know uh, it. I guess it has that pun. Oh, wait, let's say Warrior is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Murder is being that out is that album or that song that you think, oh, why does he do this? All that stuff. Then you get into Warrior, and it's about someone who's fighting, and it's just it's crazy. I mean it, but I'm just gonna talk more about the music. I mean, just like the it's just like it's addictive. If you're into this style of speed metal, melodic speed metal, I mean, this is an amazing track. I understand they wanted to remix Starlight and Victim of Fate, but I think Warren Murderer. I mean, I saw Halloween during the Pumpkins United tour. I wanted them to do those two songs. Storm Warrior, a band I really like. They have a really good They're a very good band. I'm going to show you their album really quick. I think I have it here. Dang it, I don't. Damn it. Well, I have it on my phone, so that's good. So I'm going to get back to this is another good band. I have a lot of good music on here that I'm going to review. But getting back to Walls of Jericho. Warrior is just a punchy song. I mean, it is amazing. It's just like it's the galloping. It's amazing. It's amazing. Now we're going to go into Victim of Fate, but I'm only going to play the solo part of it. This solo is amazing. I don't play guitar, but as a fan, being a fan of this style of music, I think it's amazing. So we're going to play Victim of Fate. This is the part. Now, I understand that that's not the whole prowess of the song, but the basis for Halloween, Marcus Goskoff, especially for songs like Eagle Fly Free, and of course, Twilight of the Gods, those kind of songs, even Halloween, the video, it's Halloween. Marcus is one of my favorite bass players. I'm not putting it against anyone. He is one of the most best like bass. Oh my! I mean, yeah, like he played like especially during that solo. I'm gonna let you play. You can. You, I mean, that's just. I mean, he is the Steve Harris of speed metal. I'm just throwing it out there. So the next song we're going to do, power song off the EP, is "Cry for Freedom." This would be more along the lines of some of the tracks that we're going to be reviewing when we go into the actual Walls of Jericho album. It reminds me a lot of Guardians in the sense because once you get Cry for Freedom, in my opinion, I don't think it really belongs on the EP. I think it belongs more in Walls of Jericho because aside from Reptile and Gorgor and Heavy Metal is the Law, Guardians, Phantoms of Death, Metal Invaders, How Many Tears, all and even Judas from the Judas EP have a lot of political themes. This song is basically about political themes. So I'm going to play you the opening, the opening for it. It's kind of a ballady section, and it just it just blows up. Freedom. Okay, I'm not going to sing. Of the song. The chains will be broken. Promise me happy heart. forever to be free from the law. Okay, so I apologize for the singing, but I just looked at my Bandicam. I've been recording for a long time. I'm just going to check really quick. Okay, good. I have enough. I have enough time to record. This song, like, I just decided to single out the parts. I mean, you go to the opening, it talks about tyranny and it just talks about, slavery and stuff. And then the final part I played, together to be free from the law. I mean, this is like, I mean, I have to look at the lyrics. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not really a big lyric person. I mean, if I want to, if like, let's say I want to know the song lyrics when I play it, that's a different story. But I take from it, it's just a smooth, it's a typical 80s smooth transition, especially with a lot of early thrash. They have that slow transition and it just kicks the heck off, like it kicks it off, just like the plane, but as we get further and further into the Walls of Jericho album, the next song we're going to do is a very popular Ride the Sky. Now it has Walls of Jericho, the opening instrumental track. This sounds pretty much like London Bridges. We're not going to do this. Fly, runner! All right, so that was Ride the Sky. I mean, if you listen to long I've been a prisoner here, and then I start to break out. It's almost like you're sick of I get. I mean, now I'm not saying it's like. Now I'm not supporting any, like, to do anything, like, if, like, just the way I interpret it, it's almost like you're sick of what you're doing. You want to be able to break out of your life. It's not, life isn't going good for you. Send me a sign, leave it all be. It's like, I'm done with this. I want to leave it alone. Musically, though, it's one of my. It's just. I mean, if you ever go to a Gamma Ray show, Kai Hansen's Kai Hansen's band. I mean, they don't really play in America, but this song. If you think of Kai Hansen from Helloween, this is kind of his song. I'm not saying, like, it's just like, I mean, when Kai Hansen did his solo album at Wacken, the heavy metal festival, he did this song, right? You know, a very good song. It's amazing. That's kind of, up there with the whole Halloween repertoire. You know, it's I mean it's one of my top five favorite songs off this album, the actual album. So next song we're going to do is Reptile. This it it's not I mean people say it's a filler track. I mean I understand why they did it. I mean Halloween, if you follow Halloween like I have, they mix serious with with sort of great. I mean it's the mid '80s. They're German. I mean come on man. I mean it's it's thrash metal. I mean it's speed metal. I don't consider it to be thrash. Melodic speed metal. Uh, we're gonna do Reptile and all right, stop. So that's one of the most short. That's the shortest song off the using off the album. Um, I mean, it just talk. I guess it just talks about reptiles in general, or like rats. I guess I don't really know the lyrics. It's a slower paced song, but it's a very good track. Like, I mean, I call this one of the first Marcus Goskov tracks where I mean the guitars are good, but Marcus bass. I mean, he's playing very good bass lines. It kind of makes the song better. It kind of takes away from what are they talking about. And for metalheads like me, I'm just like, you know what? Forget what they're talking about. I like this song. So now we're going to do the second track off this, or the third track, eighth track, uh, according to my phone. I mean, my iTunes. This is Guardians of Our Lives. Pum, pum, pum. And then the final beat, set them on the screen. And the final beat, you know, the life of leather. All right, this is another political song. Probably one of my favorite songs off this album. I mean, I mean, seriously, the choruses, the bass line. I love playing this album on drums and on bass. I mean, I'm sure if I had a guitar, I'd probably be able to play it too. But you know, I'm not that talented, I guess, in guitar. I do want to learn how to play bass though. Especially this song. It On the final chorus, you hear puppets on a string, puppets on a string. I guess it's just about political. I mean, it's more about political. I guess it's more about guardians of our lives. I mean, like I said, I don't really like this album. It's not really about the lyrics to me. I mean, I don't listen to music for lyrics. If I want to listen to lyrics, I'll listen to something that is not as extreme as this, because the main reason I listen to this, there are songs I like, where, oh, the lyrics are good, the lyrics are good. But for this is pretty much, it, if you're new to my channel, I mostly do game videos, but my favorite thing to do is listen to music, especially stuff that I'm into. And a lot of people in the comments are going to say, oh, this is a good album, but this album in particular is very political. The next song we're going to listen to, Phantoms of Death, is, I mean, it's more about politicians too, because it talks about how, um, Satan is looking down. It's like that kind of stuff. So we're gonna do Phantoms of Death next. Probably one of my favorite Marcus Gospel bass lines in the entire Helloween catalog. Just, you know, I mean, I'm actually gonna play most of the song like I did with Guardians, because that's one of my favorite songs. Songs that I really like, I'm going to play most of the song. Obviously, I don't want to play a lot of it because, I mean, I'm going to get copyright. I'm going to get a strike anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I don't really care. Let's do Phantoms of Death. Dun, 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 dun. But on top of the other side, I'm going to wait the lies. Bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Um, like I said, I was singing again. If you heard the lyrics, it's pretty much how politicians are evil people. If you think about it, usually when you hear the word Satan in the song, it's not really talking about Satan himself. It's just about, because, I mean, if you grew up in a Christian family like I did, the usually when someone mentions the word Satan, Satan is considered the prince of darkness, the master of evil. So when Kai's singing, Satan is looking down, he will break out. That's usually politicians are evil, and I mean I guess that's how it is today. I mean, I'm not really like getting into political stuff. I mean, but a lot of these songs, if you listen to them now, like if this was like if someone came out and like played the song in real life, and everyone paid like, I understand like the style of music is going to be good, but if this was in a different style, like a style, which doesn't really convey the message. That's why I think when you're listening, when someone's doing political stuff, I don't understand why people do it acoustically. The best way to do a political song is rap, because rap is very powerful. Uh, Thrash metal, speed metal, aggressive styles of music. I find like, especially bands like Cannibal Corpse. You can't understand the music, and I mean I understand them, but like in my opinion, this song, if someone heard the song and everyone was handing out lyric sheets, like Trump handed someone lyric sheets and said, this is what the Democrat people are doing to us. All of them are like, I just had to do that. I'm sorry. That people would go, oh yeah, right. You know what I mean? Not everyone would get that, but and I don't know if our president would be into this kind of music. But I mean, I could always imagine Trump singing this song and going, "Oh yeah, that's what this country has come to." Say it is, look it, because, and this is kind of like when I heard the song, especially comparing it to today's events, that's what it's been. People are crazy now. People, it's not the country, like the world's been going downhill. And this song, I think, it's almost like a future prediction in a way because that's what it is. You know, all that stuff. I mean, it's another political song. Halloween does a lot of good political songs, especially in this album. When you get to the next album, it's more about fantasy lyrics, which I wish they would go back to, especially because um, it's good stuff. So we're going to do the next song, Metal Invaders. Now, it's not actually about heavy metal. That's that's for one of the final tracks. This is Metal Invaders. It's one of my favorite songs as well. It's only 4 minutes long, so I'm not. So I'm gonna like separate it a little bit. Dun. All right, so this is one of my favorite tracks off the album. I really don't know what they're saying in the chorus. I do understand like metal invaders ready to strike. A warning from hell. Be careful tonight. That song. I mean, it, I really know what it's about. I mean, I really don't. I used to think, oh, it's about heavy metal. It's about German metal, like sort of invading. I mean, if you think about it, but you know, I don't think Halloween is. I don't think like I don't know. I was listening to a band recently. I actually downloaded their album. They're from Chile. They're called Chile. They're called Metal Genocide, which is not. It's kind of, and they have one song called Death to Glam and Rock Stars, which I like a little glam metal. I'm not saying I'm a poser. I just think that when you say that, you're kind of elitist. This song is like even Metallica. They never. I mean, you never have. I've never heard a band who's very into like metal or because every. I mean, there are some good stuff. You know what I mean in metal, or even the hard rock and glam metal scene. I think I don't like calling it glam metal, but no one gets what I'm talking about when I say hit. Like there were some bands that look they're cheesy and that kind of stuff. I just listened to. This is just the same topic because I'm just uh, that this song. I guess it's about. I mean, maybe it's about war. I'm not really sure. Um, it's more of the up tempo tracks. It's short. The next song we're actually going to cover is another short song. It's 3 minutes long. And what I've noticed about Halloween is that the songs that aren't really good are 3 minutes long because In the EP, you have Starlight, 5 minutes. That's a good song. Murderer, 4 minutes. Warrior, 4 minutes 27. You have Warrior, 4 minutes and 1 second. It's short and sweet. Victim of Fate, 6 minutes. You've got Cry for Freedom, 6 minutes, and then you've got the track Walls of Jericho Rise of the Sky by itself is a long song anyway, like about 5 minutes. Reptile, it's an okay song. That's still 3 minutes. Guardians is an amazing song. Fan of Death's an amazing song. This song we're listening to right now, Metal Invaders, that's a good song. But we're going to go to the next song, Gorgor, which is about gambling addiction. It's also about a pinball machine. It I So we're gonna play this song right now. I'm sure you guys probably know about it. It kind of has that Dr. Steen feel to it, or Doctor, you know, from Keeper Part Two. Um, but this song is amazing. All right. So that song is about gambling addiction because uh, the final chorus, you leave before it's too, it's like it's pretty much it's about gambling addiction because the opening, it's you're running around in the gambling hall. It's kind of like that sort of song you listen to where it's just Gorgor is an amazing song. I mean, I like I like being able to um, I like when I do a lot of these review well, this is the first review I did, but I like when you know obviously they don't play this song a lot. Now the next two songs after this, I mean, I love, and then the song after that is amazing too because it's one of their longest tracks, but it's just it. I mean, when people okay, so continuing the review of Gorgor, it. I mean, if you want to know what it's like to be addicted to gambling, listen to Golgor, because even though it's based off a pinball machine, which there is a pinball machine, and whenever I play it at the local arcade in like it's called the Game in Morristown, I played a song out loud just because, hey, I mean, same title, right? I thought it was about the pinball machine. It's not. It's just about gambling. It's about Golgor will eat you, all that stuff, spending all your money, and you will never win. It's about gambling. That's kind of. I used to gamble a lot. I like to go to the casino, but now I feel like this is just a personal experience. There's no point in going if all I'm going to do is lose, and if I'm only going to spend a little amount of money. All right, we're going to do one of my other favorite tracks off the album. Heavy metal is the law. This song has a big live track. A lot of '80s songs have a lot of this when you listen to it, it sounds like it's live. It's actually not live. It's overdubbed. So, but it makes you think it's live. Another. Heavy metal. Oh, metal. All right. This song is a legit heavy metal album. I mean anthem. Excuse me. This is a legit heavy metal album. If you're going to tell me that, because a lot of I've listened recently to, I like a lot of American power metal. I mean metal like this too. Like I started listening to Nasty Savage, all that stuff. I have a song called Metal Nights. It's not the same kind of prowess. I try to collect as much albums that have that talk about heavy metal. This song, I don't think I played it, but it references probably one of my like it says red hot, red heat, white or white heat, red hot, which is one of my favorite Judas Priest songs. When I do my track by track stained glass review, this series is gonna be about 5 or so episodes. Um, Mostly going to be mostly going to be doing it in my iTunes, just because you know you know what I mean. So heavy metal is the law. Is I love I love we are wizards fighting with the just heavy metal can't be beat by any music scene, which is just, I mean, I guess that's why I guess they realized this song is going to be a good live song, so that's why I guess they put live overdubs on it. You know what I mean? Uh, it's amazing. All right, we're going to do one of my favorite songs, the final song off Walls of Jericho, and then we're going to get into track number 14 of my version. But this song, if you're a big Helloween fan, if you've seen live versions of them, this next song, How Many Tears, it's 7 minutes long of just pure, unadulterated meth. It's slow, it's fast, it has a melodic section, just sometimes it makes me sad, but because it's so emotional. Down, down. Down, 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 dun, 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 down, dun, dun, down, dun, 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 boom, 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 dun, 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 dun. Da-na-na. 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 My love, there. will be God. All right, so that was How Many Tears by Halloween. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, if you want to have a better album closer in the history of speed metal, I mean, because it's fast as heck, it's melodic as heck, it is just. I mean, I think that's what made '80s metal so good. Is this song right here, especially because if you go back and hear a lot of the stuff in it, especially guitar work, I think a lot of bands like I understand. Oh, we've got Keeper of Stiff Keys Part 1 and 2. No, this is kind of the song that kind of merged speed metal with melodic metal to blend it together and make it all like. I find this song to be a mix a lot of different stuff. The speed, you know what? It has a lot of early Judas Priest in it. One of my favorite albums, Stained Class. I mean, look, this is obviously a step up for Exciter. Exciter being one of my favorite, I guess it would be proto speed metal songs. Now that I've been loving Stained Glass. But this album, it has a lot of, I'm sure you guys probably heard of Blind Guardian. Well, Blind Guardian released two albums. They released Battalions of Fear and I think it's Follow the Blind. Yeah, wait, let me look up. I have two Blind Guardian. Battalions of Fear and Follow the Blind. Those are the two albums that they did. This and this song right here, it's it's the ultimate sort of proto. Even though power metal existed, I think the band that kind of invented that style is, in my opinion, Rainbow. They're a good band. But the band that really invented power metal is Judas Priest, especially with Stained Class. But I would even put Victim of Change as being the first true metal song. This song is ultimate. Just it's a good album closer. But now we're gonna play the final track on my edition of the album, and it's Judas. You probably recognize the song. I heard it for one of the first Halloween songs I ever heard. And it's really good. It's about politicians. It's not really about sort of Judas whatever his name is. It's not about him, even though it does mention Jesus a little bit. It's not. I know what you're thinking. Oh, this song it has nothing to do with religion. It's just about the political side. It's about Judas being like a tyrant. Like he's being a very he like it's about I guess about mostly tyrants, if you know what I mean. The time on the pain, and all it is all I'm to do. Then one of the Bible saying it was a sin. Oh, we reached the final track on my edition of Walls of Jericho. It's Judas. So this song also hits a little close to the modernness if you think about it, because it's you keep telling you fight for freedom. It's like I guess it's just about corrupt politicians, if you know what I mean. Like they're even certain. It's about corruption mostly, because if you're familiar with that story of Judas, he was a very corrupt politician. So this is pretty much about the whole about corruption, if you know what I mean. But it is a tight song. I mean, seriously. I mean, what I mean, and I love Rip Ingo, the drummer for this song. I mean, it's so bad that he had depression and everything, and he was schizophrenic. Um, I mean, as someone who has mental disability, I kind of understand. But he was, I mean, seriously though, um, whatever. But no, 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 no. I mean, he. I'll tell you what though, especially on Ride the Sky, if you listen to the breakdown, dun, 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 with this song, it's kind of Judas. It's like a lot of similar, like in the core, like I've noticed with a lot of speed metal, especially with the more extremity, like usually a faster song is, especially if it's more traditional. I'm not talking about death metal, even though death metal drummers are pretty good. I'm talking about traditional thrash. I'm not talking about Metallica, obviously, even though people are going to say, "Oh, well, Metallica does that." No, I'm talking about the more talented drummers. The No offense. I play drums. Sometimes it's just too fast for me. Because I like playing a lot of double bass, so it's kind of like, I mean, I I love playing drums, but I don't understand how you know I don't know how that's overdubbed. How after you do a solo, you could still get the sound going. Just like, I guess I'm not that fluid enough, but that's it. So this is Battlefront CJ. This is my review. This is my music review um, of Helloween's Walls of Jericho. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will not be doing a Battlefront video today, unfortunately. I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, where's your Battlefront videos? I wanted to try something different today. I don't really feel like playing video games today. But like I said, this is the video today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, peace out.